Speaking of that checklist Chris recommended last time. There we go. But what's not happening is the population doesn't affect our value. So if we buy a bunch of population, this amount that goes up, it's exactly the same. This is our delivery amount. So we need to fix that. And we also need to get a timer visual. So we need to connect how many seconds that are left with the current time. We need to connect that to here. So to fix our population, we need to multiply the amount gained by our population so that this value goes up according to that math. We need to fix our toggle system. So we created a one-way toggle and it's still, I can click on things to spend money. So we need to fix that. And then we need to close out messages after X amount of time, similar to our delivery system. And once we get through all that, we should be good enough to close this bad boy up and send it over to you guys to start breaking shit and let you download it to your phones. All right, let me just double check. Thank you, Larry. So he just messaged me. He said, "Don't forget to record, you piece of shit. Just hit that record button." All right. So let's get a good look again at our variables here. So we have our gold system, we have our population management, and we have our delivery system. So right now, the amount delivered to us is set right here. So currently, it just defaults to 1. Let me set that. Okay. So it just defaults to 1. We don't set it anywhere else. If we upgrade our delivery system, which is another thing that we have to do that I didn't put in our notes. Let me just put it in our notes real quick. Upgrade delivery system. It should go up by increments currently of 5, which we're going to prefix because we know based on what we did last time, we want flat values. So we're going to start at 5 so that when it goes up by 5, it's just going to be 10. So now if we look at our delivery action, who can tell me what is happening in this method? Anybody?
Basically, it's checking that we have a population above 0, and
Hmm.
then if we don't have any population, then it's a return.
Yep.
But
Yep.
apart from that, then it's um, goes into like the every second for the time, and we get the delivery
Do you remember how time works? What it's doing?
by the frames per second, I believe.
Uh, that would be like if we were like multiplying delta time or whatever, but the time, it's the amount of time that the game has ran. So it's the active time that the program has been running. And so we're comparing that
Gotcha.
to our next delivery time. And then once we reach that next delivery time, we increase the delivery time by this value so that this number changes to go up by this number for the current time. So if the current time it's been going for 100 seconds, but our delivery time is 105 seconds, once 105 seconds hits, we then increase the next delivery by, so it will say 105 plus another 5. So at 110 seconds is now the delivery time. It will just do this infinitely forever. And once we've done that,
Yep.
what do we do right after we've reset our time? What's happening at this line here, the gold amount? Anybody?
It's increasing.
It's increasing by what?
By delivery amount?
Correct. So if we're increasing right now by our delivery amount is that flat value of 5, but it's not a correct amount because we want our delivery amount to be adjusted by our population. So what I'm going to do is I need to set a value to hold the total delivery amount that we're actually going to get. So I'm going to call it public. It's just going to be an int. And we're going to say total uh, total delivery amount, and we are going to just let it be flat. It doesn't matter. We're going to default it. So at default, does anybody remember what a default is for an integer? What value that's going to be? Since I didn't say what it is.
0.
Correct.
Zero.
Yep, it's going to be 0 because I didn't define it as a number. Now, we're safe to do that here because what I'm going to do with this value, it's only ever going to exist inside our delivery action. This is where we're going to actually set it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to say our total delivery amount equals our delivery amount times our population amount. So however many peoples we got is what we're going to multiply our delivery amount to. And with this being our new total, how do I change this line to match that new total? We want to add our gold to be total delivery amount instead.
Put total, or no, put fuck.
Go for it. Yeah, you're right on the money. You were getting there.
I fuck.
Yeah, we're just gonna remove
Brain
delivery
fart.
amount and we're gonna put total delivery amount.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna do the math first. Then we're gonna deliver that result. So now if we go back over to the game, loading up, let's check our game manager, check our values. Gold amount starting at 0. Our upgrades, everything's at the 5 or 10 values. Our delivery time is 5. We're going to set it to 1 just so it's quicker to look at. Our next delivery time is at 0, which we have a fix for that because we want that to be, we could probably define it as 5 as well here instead of creating that function that we did for it, but that's okay. And then our total delivery amount here, it should adjust based on however much we have for population every single time we run the delivery action. So let's go ahead and test it. Why is my UI controller empty? Don't like that. Okay, we'll have to see what's going on with that in a minute. All right, so I got no gold. I got 10 gold. That's all correct. We're going to buy 1. So now my total delivery amount is just 1. And it's going to go up automatically on its own. Let me go ahead and give it a little boosty boost. We buy a couple more fellas. See, we got something rolling up. What is this? What do we not like here? Yeah, why did that get removed? That's weird. Let's try that again. All right, get a couple of fellas. We got 1. Total delivery amount is the 1. Every second it's going up. Increase. Now it should go up by 2. Perfect. My delivery amount is 1. My population is 2. So it's basic fucking math there. We want to increase this, however. We want to be able to increase. Maybe we want this to be 5. We want to upgrade that. So our delivery amount, I think we actually did set it to 5, but the inspector overrode it. So if we look at our gold now, it's automatically going up based on our population. So I'm going to go ahead and increase this fella. So now I get a crap ton of gold every second. And that's basically the system that you want for this kind of idle progress. So that way our workers are just working, everybody's building up your gold, and then you can spend that gold however you damn well please. Wah. All right, and then Okay, let's kill that. So, since that is now working, we can kill this debug. We can kill this extra space. We can get rid of this extra space because it's ugly. We don't need to know this. And let's see, that is set. We need to now build our upgrade to the delivery. So let's see what that value is. We have our delivery increase. I think we have to do the same thing that we have here. So we have our increment, and then we have the actual value. So we need to actually space this out. Let's take a look. Our upgrade gold, click. We do the same thing. We're just going to copy it over. Let's do the same thing right here. But we're just going to copy, paste, and we're going to say upgrade delivery system. Upgrade delivery click. So we know it is a click function. All right, not enough gold to upgrade. All right, that's fine. We'll leave that message there. We'll deal with that later. So when we click this, we need to check our gold amount compared to the upgrade cost of our delivery. Do we have? So we have our population upgrade instead of our delivery upgrade. So this was listed as population as a system, which it's no longer accurate. Instead, what's this whole system is its own thing. It's its own incremental system. Upgrading the population is technically not what we're doing. We're just buying more of them. Since we're buying more of them, what we're going to upgrade is just the amount that they. Let me double check that we don't have anything here. Pop upgrade cost, is that anywhere? No, it has no references. So this value, these two, were intended for here. And since they were intended for our delivery, to upgrade that value, we're going to change the names to match. So delivery upgrade cost, delivery upgrade increment. So this is our delivery increase. So we're going to kill that. It's the same thing. We're just going to change that here. It's going to go up by 5 every single time. So we're going to compare here in our upgrade delivery. We're going to compare our gold amount to this new value, the actual cost. And what I'm going to do to make it a little bit easier on myself, I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it up here so that I can see these values and see the method that I'm working on in the same space, even though that's not necessarily the most clean thing to do. I'm just breaking the laws. Then we can move it somewhere else later, which is what we're going to do in the challenge section anyway. So
Do you do that whenever you're working with code sometimes? Go ahead and move it just like you did. Move it up and then move it back down, or
it
does it kind
just
of
kind
like
of depends.
staring?
It kind of depends. So usually what I do is I just close everything like this. So like I have everything closed and I make sure that there's no empty lines in between so that they're all stacked up like this. And then the one that is the most recent is technically down here. So using that same system, we'll do that. So this is how I would typically do it. So that I'm still able to see delivery systems. I'm able to see the function that I'm working in. And this is typically what I would do. And if there is thousands and thousands of lines of code where it's impossible for me to collapse everything and it still shows it all, I would still collapse everything. even though I wouldn't see it all on the same screen. But what I would do is I would just highlight and hit Control F, and I would leave this up here. So like as I'm looking around for what something might need to be, I would just go back up here and hit that to be taken to it. And so I would literally just move around wherever I need to go with Control F. So I could just click on, be like, okay, I need to go check my gold amount. Where's that listed at? And I would usually do a shift enter, but it really just kind of depends on how much stuff is there to see how high up it will actually go. Sometimes I have to be more specific. So like if I know that I want to go to the variable, I would type it. And then I would keep that there as like think of it like a checkpoint or a respawn point. So while I'm working on this, okay, well, I need to go back up there. I don't want to scroll, bink. But we'll do, this should be fine, keeping it open like this. Keep our delivery action is shut. All right, so we are checking our delivery upgrade cost. All right, and if that is all good to go, we move down to here. And we're not messing with our gold per click, but we are messing with gold amount. So I'm going to move gold amount to the top line because that's what's actually going to get changed first. So we're going to remove the actual cost from our gold. And then we are increasing the delivery amount is being increased by our upgrade increment. And let's see. Yeah, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Then we're just resetting our message early. Let's compare it to like this one. So let's see, gold amount, pop cost. Right, and we have to now increase the actual value of the upgrade because the upgrade can't just cost 15 every time because then we can just spam it. We need this value to actually go up. So this is another naming problem because I think that's what this is technically supposed to do as well. So to stay consistent because this isn't consistent. So our delivery amount increase will be 5. The increment for this, we're going to make it expansive. It's going to go up by 15 each time. So our cost, every single time we upgrade, it's going to go up by another 15 in order to buy it. Check our cost, remove our cost. Our delivery amount is going to go up by our delivery amount increase. And then we need the delivery cost to go up by the delivery upgrade increment. Okay, and now we'll just double check this actually functions. And let's go back over here to our game. Okay, here's our cost, here's our increase. We need to attach it to a button. I believe it's in our menu. Yeah, upgrade delivery is what we have it called. And so for the on-click function, we press this plus, and we have to attach an object to it to reference which method we're going to pull. Do you remember which object I have to stick in here that has access to the upgrade delivery click?
In the
That'll
delivery
be in the menu.
So the object game manager has our scripts. So our one
Oh, okay,
player
gotcha.
set script. So we're going to go here to our canvas, or sorry, go to our menu, no, upgrade delivery button, sorry, go to our upgrade delivery button. We have our on click, then we need to drag the reference down here. And then we're going to go to our player stats, which is where the script is.
Oh
and
shit.
then we're going to choose our upgrade delivery click. So now when we click this one right here, we should lose gold and gain the amount. So let's check it. We haven't attached this message yet though. We need to set that as well. And we'll do that in just a second. Okay, closing all that. Let's look at our game manager. So here's our gold amount. Here's our current delivery amount. This is the number we're going to adjust, but default it should be 5. The inspector has it for 5, or sorry, the inspector had it for 1, but it should be 5, so that every time we stay within that +5, +5, +5. So we're going to buy
So
two fellas. Go ahead.
however, um, should we put something somewhere showing how many deliveries we've done?
How many deliveries we've done? Um, you could. You could do how many deliveries, but is it relevant? The amount of deliveries that we've done, is it relevant to something other than when our next delivery is? We could make it relevant. So we could say however many deliveries
Base
we've
game,
had.
no. But we could do like an upgrade system where if we had like 20 deliveries, we
Yeah,
can like more gold or something.
But
yeah, you could.
I had forgotten what kind of like the end game, like what the final number that you're kind of looking at is what you're trying to go for, you know?
Yeah, so like the you could put you could put a total value somewhere in the UI, like current current total per delivery. We could probably put that in here so that you don't necessarily need to know how many deliveries have gone by. You can just see how much each delivery is worth, because that would be
How
something
much we
you'd want to
sent to
know.
the dragon.
Yeah, how much we sent. Yeah. So let's do this real quick. Let's make sure. Okay, so it's going up by 5, and I'm going to increase this delivery. Perfect. Now it's going up by 10. Excellent. Let me make sure that it is also, if I increase this, so we got 5 little fellas. So now it's going to cost us 45 to upgrade, but the amount we have is 15 per amount, which is great. Increase that delivery. Yeah, 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 yeah. And you can see that this number adjusts when the timer hits. So like if I do it quick enough, you see how that it became 350 only after. So I think it's only once this next delivery time goes up, it means the previous delivery time requirement has been met. And since we have this delivery time for every second, this delivery time value technically is how many seconds the game has existed. So we've been playing technically for 140, 180, 100, whatever this value is going to be here in a second. And if we look at our amount of gold, this guy's rich as shit. He's only got 5 little fellas. And so there's a balancing act here to figure out, right? Like how many of these
The only
guys.
population website. Make bank.
Yeah. So at some point clicking becomes useless. So if it's like, okay, well if I got this much money from my automation, why click? So maybe we adjust how much clicking upgrades go. I can't upgrade fast enough. So another fun function might be upgrade by 10, upgrade by 5, upgrade max, things like that to help immediately spend all the gold that you have to keep that value bursting and bursting and bursting. Ah, yeah, it's going to literally hit numbers that go outside. They're going to go outside the UI. So what is this at? This is 250K. Once it hits that 1 mil mark, we got to shut it off. We got to put in that 1M, that character system.
We gotta blue screen the device.
Yeah, blue screen it. Okay, so
That's your reward for playing.
exactly. So now that we can do that, we're gonna just say that's done. Multiply the amount gained by population. That's done. And we can do the toggle system. We need a visual with the timer. We also need the visual here with the delivery. So let's do that real quick. I'm just gonna put visual delivery cost value. All right, so if we go down here, we have everything handled inside of our message value. Our messages is doing all of the string evaluations and then sending that up to a UI component. So we need now so we have pop amount, pop cost. We basically need the, not pop, need to create them. Let's do the same thing where we close all of these, close the ones we're not working in. Do we have anything in start? We don't have anything in start. That can go away. Okay, so this is our display data here. Gold text. We have delivery upgrade text. Do we have that defined anywhere? Let's see. Oh wait, no, I don't have. We have to actually do that here. So it is our delivery upgrade text dot text to actually get the text component of that text mesh pro data type, and it's going to equal. First, we need to create our string because it is just a raw number value that we need to transfer over. Wait, no, I don't think we have to do a string for that one. I think we can just do this. We can build our expression. Does everybody remember what is happening here? So in our gold upgrade text.text.
The dollar sign is saying there's a variable somewhere in this
Mm-hmm.
in the following.
Absolutely, yeah. It's turning a string into an expression. It's allowing us to grab data and pass it in still in a string value. So we're gonna do the same thing for our delivery upgrade cost. So let's just double check what the values call. I'm gonna split this screen here. Doop doop doop. Nope, that's not what we want. We want this button. Pow. So our player stats, we got our delivery systems right here. So first things first, set up this little bad boy, make sure that's open and close. Let's close that up. And we just needed to say delivery. We'll put a space. I almost goofed it. So it's minus the actual value. So we do our bracket, player stats to get a reference to the player stats object over on the right, or player stats script. And then we need to define which variable from player stats we're wanting to change or to access, and it's our upgrade cost. I'm just going to copy and paste it to make sure there are no mistakes. And then we're going to put the G, and then we'll close that. And let's just go double check that it is now set up. And so our canvas has the delivery upgrade text, which we had to go into our canvas, go into our menu, go into our upgrade delivery button itself, and the cost value is right here, this piece of text, and we drag that in here into the canvas to state which value it is. So now we press play, and it looks like our default is actually 15, so I'll want to change the default when we're not in play. But if we go up here, do 15. So something interesting I didn't think of, I can upgrade my delivery values without having any population. So look, so I spent money on something that I don't even have access to. So that's something that we would probably want to figure out how to fix. But for now, we'll go ahead and increase, and we'll buy our little fella. So now every second we are getting our increase, and it looks like that delivery value is going up perfectly. Give me more money. Give me more money. More money, more problems. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay, at a it looks like we can probably fit quite a few digits on this line without having to make a new button anytime soon, even though we will have a better UI system eventually. But for now, we just want those button-to-button interactions. So we got that done. And what does that leave us with? Can I control B? Nope. Notepad is basic as hell. Create some spaces here. Perfect. Well, let's move incomplete stuff down. Out of curiosity, can I do all? Nope, I can't move it around like I can, and like I'm working on code. Okay, so next is our delivery timer, so that we can see how many seconds until our next delivery, so that we can match with our eyes when our next amount's coming through from our population. So then in that case, let's change our timer back. So from delivery time from 1, change it back to 5, so it matches that default. And then while I'm in here in the defaults, I'm gonna go to my upgrade delivery, click on my cost. We know our starting upgrade cost is actually 15, so we're changing that to match, so that the moment I hit start, everything looks exactly the same the moment it loads up. Nothing changes. That's what we want. So there's no confusion when a number pops up and we're like, oh shit, where did that number come from? Okay. Let's go back over here. So, I wonder. So first we need to make sure we get a reference to that timer value. So our timer text is right here. We have timer text dot text, and it's basically going to be some kind of value that's like we're going to comment this out. It's remaining time until delivery. So we need to capture that in our player stats. And let me just check something. I don't know if I introduced. Could probably do it anyway, but I just want to double check. No. All right, where did we put it? Until. Uh-huh. Okay. So we will do it. Another little intro to some stuff. Okay. So we know we need to capture here in our delivery system. It's going to be in our delivery action. This is managing all of our stuff for time. We need to set somewhere a remaining time. So we don't have a value for that. So we have, let's see, total delivery amount, that's fine. So we have a next delivery time, actual delivery time. So now we need a remaining delivery time. And this value is going to be adjusted um, based on our next delivery time. So let's see. Can we do without all right, let's see. Remaining delivery time. I'm going to reword this. So time until delivery. And as long as this is all set up, we're going to set this up outside. So if we know our current time, we know our amount of time needed to reach a delivery, we need the difference between these two values to get a remaining time. So I'm going to create a local variable for remaining time because it's only going to be something that we do the math for one time here in this specific method. I don't have to. I could set remaining time underneath here with time until delivery, but I wanted one less variable, and it's basically going to be communicating directly with time until delivery anyway. And it's something that we're going to change. There's no special particular reason other than me making a preference call of not storing this value permanently because we're going to be changing it so much. And since we're going to be changing this value literally with milliseconds, I don't want to constantly update this piece of data on the computer. We just want to do math and then take the result of that math and store that instead of both values. It's a small enough thing that I think we're okay, but doing it this way I think is just more efficient because we know we're going to change this so much, which I'll show you how. So we're just going to say it's just a default variable. It's empty when it comes in. And then we're going to say that its value, the remaining time, is, yeah, it's exactly this. So time.time minus next delivery time, or is it next delivery time minus time.time? So I think it's going to be that way. So just to make sure there's not going to be a negative number. So if our next delivery time is 105, it's been 100, so 100 minus 105 makes it a negative number, so we don't want that. Go the other way around. We want the positive result. Ooh. Time dot time. So this value is constantly going to reference the next delivery time, constantly reference the time, so it's going to constantly update itself just as much as next delivery time updates. Basically, every time this updates, this will update. And the result of this, we're just going to pass up as long as it exists. So let's do a null check for it. If remaining time, let's say it is, if it's less than 0.0, let's make sure it's just flat. We might not even need to do this actually, because we are going to always have, let's see if we don't need to do that. So then we're just going to say whatever the result of this is going to be our time until delivery It's just going to be remaining time. And then we're going to go back to our UI controller. And we are going to say it is, we need to actually string this because we're not creating an expression. We just want the actual value. So string delivery time equals, not this, time until delivery. And then delivery time text.text equals this string passed over. Why doesn't it like it? Delivery timer. Delivery timer.text. So now we can go back over. Let's check our canvas. Has our timer? Yes, it does. Go ahead and hit play. Probably gonna see some funky stuff. So our current time, 0. We don't have anything going on. We don't have any population. So let's see if we go ahead and increase our population once. There we go. So that's correct, but look at all the glorious values that we have here. So what we want to do is we want to capture just this first number. We don't care about these decimal points for visual. These points are definitely going to exist, but we don't need to know about the decimal placement. So since we don't need to know about our decimal placement, to fix that, the new little fun thing that we're going to go look at, it's very simple. We're just going to say that the text is going to equal mathf.round, so it's going to round it up just to the nearest value. And since we're not saying which value we want to round to, it defaults to just that first decimal. And why doesn't it like delivery time? Oh, that's right. It's does that mean we don't have to make it a string? Let's see. Okay, so then we need to actually do this. We need to take the rounding system and we need to do, I wonder if it'll let me just paste it right here. Cool. So we're doing the rounding for the time until delivery and taking that result, making it a string, and then we're passing that string back over here. That's a whole lot of hopping around, but that seems to work. So mathf.round returns f rounded to the nearest integer number. So it's going straight up to that first one. And then if we come back over, this is going to immediately flip to 0. So since it's going to flip to 0, we're going to update our UI to match what it's going to look like when we start. Beep up, beep up, beep. It's under resources. Delivery time. Set to 0. Start. Everything is at 0. Get my first gold. Buy my first fella. And sweet. So now we can see our delivery increment. Bam. Bam. So if, let's see what happens if I say my delivery time. So you can see our time until delivery right here. Look at that timer exploding. If we just go bink. Once it resets, bam. Ah! Obviously, we never want to do that. Let's see, a 3 might be nice. 2, 1. I don't know. I like a 5-second interval because it's just slow enough that once you have those big numbers, it's gonna be like a nice like, ah yeah, there it is, give me that money. And so let's check on some behavior real quick. So first, we need to set up the delivery timer visual. That's done. And these are the last two things that we need to do right here. Shouldn't take too long, but let's take a look. See if there's any weirdness going on. Actually, we're not going to check if there's any weirdness. I'm going to have you guys check if there's any weirdness. That'll be part of the challenge. Let you guys debug it and tell me all the broken shit that you find. So instead, we'll go to our toggle system because I already know of a handful of things that are wonky. We'll have you guys fix it. Okay. Let's go back over to L code. Where is our toggle? Here's our toggle menu right here. All right. So anybody walk me through this method? How's toggle menu working? And see if we can scroll up to, oh, that'd be cool if I could.
I'll admit once again I had forgotten what the double equal sign means.
So it's the double equal sign is just, it's saying that it has to equal this value plus that value's data type. So it's saying it has to be a true or false from a Boolean, basically. Because I could say that it equals, you know, true or some shit. Like there's different ways that you can manipulate it, but it's the same thing. It's just saying make sure menu active equals this value. We're gonna get into some examples in Runebreaker for that, but for right now, it just basically just means this equals this exact value of true.
Okay.
So what's the rest of it doing?
So basically it's if the menu active, so if it's showing that yes, it's true, it is active,
Mm-hmm.
then the alpha, it shows it, so it's 1.
Uh-huh.
Um, but then let's see, can't remember whether we do the menu active equals false there though.
So we're basically just switching menu active. If it's true, switch it to false after changing the
Oh,
alpha.
okay. Okay.
So that's how
And
we
then
actually
once we
do the
switch
toggle.
it,
Yeah, and then
okay.
it's just the opposite.
Yeah. Yep. That
And
way we are, fading it.
exactly. And so our menu alpha comes from our menu component, which is our canvas group. So we can take a look here at our canvas group, which is menu. And this is our canvas group component. That's what we're accessing. And we're literally just adjusting this alpha right here. So one of the bugs that we had is even if that alpha is 0 and I click somewhere, there we go, I can still spend and interact with it. So based on looking at this component, what other variable do we need to shut off when the menu is not active?
Interactable.
Exactly.
The buttons.
It's the buttons, but the component is the canvas group that controls if we can click on any of these buttons inside the menu. So if we look at the alpha back at 1, the menu itself, it's including all of the individual buttons. So rather than going to each button and saying you can't be used if the menu is off, we can simply control the canvas group with this interactable variable and it will affect anything inside this menu.
However, though, wouldn't that also then deactivate our toggle button, since our toggle button is actually in the menu?
So our toggle off button is in the menu, but our toggle menu button is outside of it. So if we look at it right now and we click, the button that gets turned off is this. So when we click that, this button is still here outside the menu. So I can spam click this.
Oh, you're on the script.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. So our menu is right here. Toggle menu is right here. So if we open up the actual menu, the toggle off button is what's inside and not the actual toggling on button. So
Oh, okay,
if we
gotcha.
click that, we can spam click that without it getting in the way, which is something we also need to fix, which we'll deal with here in a second. So go back to our code. So if menu.alpha equals 1, that means the menu is on. If menu.alpha equals 0, that means it is off. So then here, menu.interactable is also false. And if I make something false, I need to also then at some point make it true. So we're going to set it back to true if the menu is on. And that should basically fix that. Go back to the game. Okay, let's take a look at here's our menu. So we have blocks raycast. I am going to actually turn off by default blocks raycast. We will play with raycast later on, so I'm turning it off so it's not something that becomes a problem that we have to deal with right now. So for right now, know that it's basically shooting an invisible line in the direction of wherever it is that you clicked on the screen, and that line will be able to pick up any type of collision detection. And so it's not the same thing as interactable, but it's to be able to read where your what objects might be in view of your mouse when you click. And we don't necessarily need to do that for any instance. So we're going to default turn this off. It'll never turn itself back on. And the only thing that we're going to mess with is it's interactable and it's alpha. Okay, so now let's buy some stuff. Okay. Oh, oh, what just happened? I'm not able to spin gold. Did the game break? Nope, the game's running. Oh, it's because it's not interactable. Or not. Say what? Let's check something. Interactable. Okay, can't spin. Open. Something broke. Let's see if we can't figure that out. There's our toggle. There's our menu. Let's go back and look at our code. I'm going to comment this out and see if it's related, because that's the only thing that we changed. Go back to our game. Press play. See if our menu's still wonky. Okay, so it's nothing to do with the code, so something else is broken. Okay, we got our canvas scaler. We got our UI, all the text is there. Let's check that the buttons themselves have all their functions. So let's go to our upgrade gold. That's got the upgrade gold click. So if I click that, oh, you know what? It's the raycast because I have to leave the raycast on. That's what it is. So the raycast is checking if anything's there, but what I was hoping for is that interactable would be separate. So if I leave this blocks raycast, now it's reading that it exists. So my question is, if we turn that off, what the frick? Let's see if we can figure out. Time to jujule. Let's see. All right. Canvas group dot interactable versus canvas group dot block raycast. How do the function? Should have just fucking went straight to ChatGPT if Gemini is going to try to answer. Jesus Christ. All right. Block regulators are both properties in the canvas group. Yeah, duh. So this controls whether users can interact with UI elements. That didn't change anything. Canvas group blocks raycast, controls whether the UI elements block the mouse pointer from clicking the objects behind them, which is what I expected the behavior to be. However, what makes sense about this statement, if we look back to our game, so the menu is probably in front. I bet you the panel that the menu is sitting on is in front of these buttons. So let's see if we can find how I can move. So we got our canvas renderer. We got our anchors. Recast padding. Say what? Pixels per. Let's see if there's anything in the buttons that can tell us what layer they're on. So raycast target. Yup. Can we turn the raycast target off of menu? Bam. Now let's try. So our canvas group blocks raycast. I'm gonna turn that back off. Okay. So block raycast. Wait, nope, it's not actually working. No, that's just the timer going off. So that menu panel is getting in the way. Because this, if we can't turn this off and something is like down here, I won't be able to click on it. Because it will be reading this whole space as blocking our mouse click. This is an unexpected issue. All right, let's see. Okay. In Unity 6, we have the canvas group. If only I could type. We have canvas group. And let me bring that over to this window. I
Is
forgot you
it
guys can't
because of
see.
the like a parent-child relationship type of deal?
Yeah, and so that's what I was hoping is that there was layering. So like if you go in, if you were to create a sprite, you can determine which layer in front of the camera that it sits, so you can actually create like if you ever seen like Hollow Knight, or there's like background images that
Yep.
those background images are at a different layer. So what I was hoping is we could take the panel and say this is behind everything, so that everything else is in the front, so that only that background panel is what we're controlling raycast blocking with. So since that's not the case, let's see. So we have the canvas group. There is a panel called menu. Inside the menu is various buttons. We control the menu with a toggle button that just turns off the alpha and the interactable. And we're just going to show it for reference. The problem is there is a block raycast value for the canvas group, and we don't want to block raycast on the well, I guess as I said that, I might have answered my own question. So if the menu is off, we don't need to worry about whether or not the raycast blocking by default works. So let me just check that real quick and see if that actually functions, which means we have to turn it back on. So we say menu dot blocks raycast is true, is false. Go back over here before we go poking AI's butthole. All right, and then so by default, leave it on. And then so clicky, 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 delivery, clicky, 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 close it. Oh shit, wrong button. There we go. All right, and so now anywhere that I click over here, it is gone. Turn it back on, clicky, clicky. Okay, so that functions the way that we need it to function. But it just looks like, so it feels like interactable and block raycast, they can't be separated. Like, I can't say not to be interactable and block raycast. Well, I guess you could say like you could have a bunch of buttons that you can't click, but still be in a menu that reads you are clicking. I can't think of a scenario as to why you would want to do that, but that's why those two things are separate. So, like, if instead you could say that the uh, maybe the menu is fuck if I know. See if we can get a good example here, poking at this. And camera, so
Can't you just set the flag on or off?
yeah, we've set the flag and it's working, but what I'm trying to figure out is so this is the scenario that we have here. So we have our menu, and then inside the menu is our buttons. In order to click on the buttons, interactable needs to be true from the menu. And then the menu is like, okay, so what if it's interactable, but we say don't block raycast? Can I still click? The answer was no. But I could also say, what if I'm not interactable, but we say do block raycast? Can I still click? The answer was yes, which means why say not interactable if the raycast bypasses it. Because the purpose of interactable is to make it where the buttons and things inside can be clicked. But I have to also say raycast doesn't work for it, which is just it's just shooting that line to see if there's anything behind it. So by saying if I can shoot raycast at it, it was still allowing me to click, even though I said it's not interactable. So it's just a weird flip function and something I should probably just go research on the side. Um, but so there's just kind of like a weird, questionable, like it's probably my misunderstanding, but it's so confusing that it almost feels like a bug because I should be able to say um, not to block raycasting. So, like, if I have a button and I want to click on that button, and there happens to be something behind that button, and I want to both interact with the button and whatever is behind that button. I should be able to do both simultaneously without blocking that raycast, so that I can shoot my ray from straight out of my pointer into the button into whatever is behind it and see both things. But I couldn't do that. So that's why I was like, why can't we do that? And it's probably just a logic problem of that component that I'm not understanding, but is probably besides our point at the moment. So let's just double check that everything is now working with this. So, okay, so I can toggle that. Clicking that doesn't upgrade. Turning it back on, clicking that does upgrade, buys our fellas. So then the last thing that we need to do is make it where this is our close and this goes away when we open. So to do that, bink. So actually, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. And while I use the restroom, so think about how we can control the visibility of the toggle button and move the toggle action to the X close button that is inside the menu only when that button is visible. Think about it. Be right back. Get down, Peanut.
Donkey.
I want to click it last.
All right. Anybody got any ideas? Anybody y'all want to take a shot how we might accomplish getting these two buttons to switch off each other? Great.
So
It was
is
do the transparency thing that we've done with the other ones.
Kind of. So what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of think through this real quick. So we have the toggle menu, right? So the goal of the toggle menu is just to change if the menu is active to be the opposite of its current state. So since the menu's goal is literally, this is just going to say if If it's active, make it inactive. If it's inactive, make it active. So all we have to actually do is tie the toggle button to be visible if the menu is inactive.
Invisible.
Exactly. So if the menu active is false, then the button should just not exist. It should just be not visible. So we don't have a, if we go back to the game, if we go here, we say toggle menu. So our toggle menu itself is just a button, but it does have a canvas group. So we can do the same thing where we create another canvas group control for just the button and just adjust that button's canvas group information. Or we could also just enable or disable the button. The reason they say not to do enable disable is because each time you re-enable the button, any scripts, any interactivity, any components are being loaded, unloaded, loaded, unloading. So over time, large amounts of buttons and things like that that are being turned on and off rather than just being invisible, it takes up more processing time, takes up more power, decrease your frame rate whenever you turn all that stuff on and then it all has to load up for the first time. It's literally re-rendering every single time that we turn it on and off. So the safer method is to use the canvas group and just adjust the alpha. That's why we're not just disable, re-enable, even though that is less code. So it's way less code to just say is active, our game object dot is active, true, false, and just flip that basically. But we're not going to do that because it's inefficient. I can't think of a really good reason off the top of my head to use enable disable. So I'll have to figure that out later on. But for now, we're basically going to replicate our menu toggle to be with our toggle menu. So let's go back to our code. We need another canvas group. Public. Oh. Canvas group. Toggle menu button so that we know it's specifically that button. And then all we're going to do is we are going to say menu active equals true. We are then going to say toggle menu button dot alpha is 0. Toggle menu button dot interactable is false. And toggle, there's a, is there an enabled? So behavior.enabled. Enabled behaviors are updated, disabled behaviors are not. I don't know how a canvas group's enabled disabled functions versus a game object enable disable. So we're not going to experiment with that right now, but it looks like there is just an enable disable, which will be something to look into because that could mean we could just use this, but we'll have to look into that. So for now, we'll do it the same way for right now. And then if we have time, we can look it up. Is false. And now we just do the opposite whenever the menu is no longer active. Is 1. It's true. It is true. Okay. So then let's go back over here to our game. All right. And so now let's play. Here, let's do this properly. Make our menu default is 0. Default. So this is what it always looks like when we start. Then I click that, and it didn't like it. It's not been assigned because we did not assign it. So our toggle menu, who is our UI controller? Our canvas controls our UI, and we just need the toggle menu button. We did not attach. Bink. So that should fix this error. Clear that. Press play. All right, let's go back to our menu. You see that our alpha is 0. Toggle menu currently alpha is 1, so it's active. And as soon as I click, I had to click it a second time. What did I have to click it a second time? Let's double check something. So it could be because I had to click into the game. So then now, no, that's not good. So I already clicked it once. So it should have immediately. Ah, it is because our default stuff again. So if we go to our menu, or sorry, our toggle, who is controlling canvas? Our menu active is currently false. So when I press play, what does it go to? Okay. So then if I press this, it's making the menu active, but then nothing happened. So then if I press it again, oh, okay. We've got some backwards compatible naming
If the
here.
buttons work, it's
Yeah, the buttons are working fine. The issue is, let's look at our code. So I think we're technically we're fine, but let's see why this is happening. So we're saying if menu active is true, then turn this stuff on. So if it's true, let's go back over, press play. Let's click our canvas. Okay. I click it, so it's true. So why? Okay, that makes sense. So every time we click that toggle, we're checking these two conditions, if it's true or false. So by default, when we start the game, menu active is false. So when we start and we say menu active is false, it's then doing all of this as soon as we click it, because our check is saying to check if it's false. If it is, then turn all these things off. So as soon as we click, it's doing the check and then changing it. So it's saying, oh, it's currently false. So go ahead and make all these things happen. So then when we click it a second time, we then, or so as soon as we clicked this, it changes it to true. So it's the timing at which things are being checked. So when we start the game, the default is false. So the first click does this. It does not do this. So our very first click is literally just turning everything off and then saying that menu active needs to be true. And then when we click it again, only then are we saying, hey, if it's true, go ahead and turn it on. So we didn't actually create a proper switch based on that Boolean. So to fix it, we basically just need to flip some of this logic. So instead of saying if menu active is false, is what we're going to check first. So it's off when we check it. So as soon as I check it, we're then going to run this to be true. And then when we check it again, if it's actively true, that means we're going to turn it off. So now it's false. So it's just these two values that have to get flipped. So let's just double check if that fixes it. over here, turn this off, turn this back on. Okay. So by default, it is false. So that very first click, the very first time that we click, it's going to read this condition is going to be correct. So then it's going to turn all this stuff on. So that very first click, bam. Does that make sense to you guys? Why that was screwing up?
It does to me, yeah.
Is
You're
anybody?
creating a truthy statement.
Yeah. So it's this condition. We had the condition flip flopped, so it required us to click it twice. So this is just kind of the flow, the operation of code, how it's flowing down, is where we goofed. All right. So we were able to get that to go away. We got that toggle button is gone. So now all we need to do is go over here to this button and just literally give it the same function as the toggle menu, because it's doing exactly the same thing, except we don't need to attach a canvas group to it because it's got its own life basically. So we're just going to go here and we're going to attach the canvas, and we're going to go to our UI controller and do our toggle menu. And that's all we have to do for that, because it's the exact same method. It's just going to check the exact same things. So we go here, click that, click that, click that, close out. Yeah. And if we click around, we're not doing anything weird. Click it in, bam, bam, yeah. Nice clean little menu, up and down. Some things I might want to change on it just because I'm going to be picky about it. You ready? So we're going to say our toggle off text is, we're going to say a little lowercase v right there. And then our toggle menu text is just going to be this little fella right here. And let's increase this size a little bit so I can actually see it. We're going to say bam, 30, maybe we say 40, and let's do the same thing to our toggle off. It is going to be 40, and then let's see how that looks. So it's basically telling us this is going to open something up and it's going to open something down. Yeah, that's what we like. Which means now we can take this and move it to the appropriate spot. So let's go to our toggle off spot is 2 blocks away. And then we're going to go over here to our toggle menu and now move it to the same amount of space so that they are lined up. Let's go ahead and turn on the menu real quick. Bink. Let's just make sure these are lined up. Hell yeah. Toggle menu. Don't want to be a real stickler. Oh, yeah, girl. Right there. Shoom. Spaces from the bottom. About right there. Shares it with everybody else. Nice clean line all the way through to our bottom padding. And now that is going to reset because I did this in play. So we're just going to copy this. Position, I think, right? Hell yeah. Toggle menu. Paste. Position. Hell yeah. Press our play. It should just be a real nice, yeah. Look at that. Bam, 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 bam.
Beautiful.
Bam. Yes, how we like it. That's how we like it. Cool. All right, so we got our toggle system done. Bing, bink. And the last thing is our message system. What time we got? 7:40. I'm not gonna make us wait a week. We're gonna do. We're gonna set this bad boy up right now. Get it in your hands. Let's see. I need to install something though, because I forgot to do that. Add some modules. Did I? I did not. iOS support. Let's let that do its thing. In the background, it's going to give me an ETA. Hell no, it ain't. Okay, cool. So let's take this. Let's go to my Explorer. So we got Fantasy Clicker. What we're going to do, we are going to we will just straight duplicate it. No, 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 no. Cancel that.
When it showed the
Woo,
7.8 gigabyte. Nah,
Wait, so this is
no.
And next class, we're going to do it all over.
yeah, hold on. Okay. So let's see if there is an export. Can we just straight up export? Because that would be rad.
I think it's over
Can
near.
you just build it and share it like that?
Yeah,
I can do, yeah, but it's not going to be the same. I want you to plug your phone ins to Unity and do it. So,
Security alert.
yeah, it's
Shut
just
up.
saying, hey, you're downloading porn in the background. Here, let's see. Let's just go ahead
That's good.
and let's see. How can I quickly export a Unity project over to a file to send another person to import that project? Because there is an export import system. Because you can import your assets, etc., etc. Zip the whole project file folder minus the junk. Okay, so we need the library. Yep. Okay, pro tip: if you only want to send part of the project, a Unity pack, export a Unity package. That's what we want. So in the folder side of the package, we see right click, export package. Done deal. Shut up about everything else. All right. Right click, export as asset package. What are you doing? Why are you yelling at me? So there are too many package manager dependencies to list. Stopping after 100. Dependency package. Oh boy. Okay, but I mean, this is everything. Yep. Include the dependencies. Yep. Export. And we're going to throw it. We're just going to throw it. Test export. I'd have tested all this stuff earlier, but I wasn't 100% sure if we were going to get this far today. Okay, so here's the package. How large is it? Ooh, what? That's crazy. Okay, so everybody go ahead and open up your Unity Hub, and you are going to create a new project. And so the create new 2D universal project, call it Fantasy Clicker. And I'm going to save all this, jump out of that, minimize that. That install is complete. And I'm going to do the same thing here on my screen just to see if this works. So Universal 2D. And I'm just going to call it Fantasy Import so that I know what this is. And I'm going to create it. And as long as I can get the import to work cleanly over here, I'm going to send you guys the file, and then you're going to do the same thing. And then Mitch, you're the one who has the iPhone, correct?
I've got one
yeah,
as well.
I mean, I have an old Android I can use as well.
Okay.
Not a problem.
See if that Android will work for you. Who else said they had an iPhone? Do you have an Android at all, or you only have the iPhone?
I have an
Okay.
iPhone, but I could use my wife's Android.
Okay, that would be. It would be a lot easier if you have access to an Android. I have not gone through that iOS video yet. I was thinking we were going to do this next week, but if I can get this import to work right now and everybody has an Android, we can do it right now.
Hey, the Galaxy uses an Android.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So you need a burner phone? I got one.
This Android's basically
Yeah, it's not trackable, right?
I just bought it from Walmart for $30
Eat a
or
little
something,
peanut,
or whatever.
and split
One
the
of those
peanut,
free carriers.
Yeah, that works.
I got a Boost mobile phone. I just have.
Yeah, we're not doing anything crazy, so that should technically work. Okay, so that project is created. Go over here to my desktop. I'm gonna drag that over here.
Time to whip out the BlackBerry.
So all I'm gonna do is take that test export. I'm just gonna click and drag it onto assets and let go. It's gonna give me all kinds of stuff, and I'm gonna hit import. Let's see if it freaks the fuck out. Okay, so following scenes, reload. Okay, let's see. Problem detected while opening sample scene. Prefab instance problem. That's interesting. So let me do live scene. Oh, that is interesting. So let me go over here. Build profiles, switch over to Android, which is what we should have done first.
Giving me a license error. I don't know why. Fucking irritating.
Are you stealing the free version of Unity?
Right.
Just log in to your hub.
It's
Make
like
sure you're
stealing
logged in.
free balloons on Free Balloon Day.
Right? Like fucking running through the
Go to
pile.
the spot.
Get right. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Now if I click on the game manager, oh, amazing. Click on the canvas. Oh, fantastic. Can I just immediately hit play and get to, oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. All right. There's our toggle that we just built. Our money. Oh, hell yeah. All right, we are golden, my little pony boys.
That's it. In the jar.
No, I don't have any room in the jar. It's too many My Little Ponies in there. But anyway, so yeah, go ahead and create that project. And I think I can literally set this up over here.
Forgot who I am. Fuck you, Unity.
Oh, hey, Xander.
Yeah, it kicked
And
me
you
out
pop
too.
in.
You haven't logged in it forever.
Asshole.
I've been here for ages, man. Who do you think's quacking?
Dude, Donald fucking Duck, bro. I thought he was just here hanging out. Fucking Donald. Let's see if I can just drop this in right here. Hell yeah, test export Unity package is in the classroom chat.
Dude's trying to get banned again.
Yeah, right? Ah, that looks malicious.
That looks malicious.
Malicious as
It
fuck.
happens. It can happen to anyone who hasn't had their Discord account.
Yeah. Who hasn't put up a fake OnlyFans link on there? Well, you're not even living life then, Xander.
Oh no, I'm fucking up. What am I doing, man?
You got all that power with your duck audios and your duck quacks. And you don't even use it when you could be spending it on OnlyFans, all that power. Yeah. All right. So that's all you guys do. Once you set up that project, open it, you're going to go to your builds, your build profile. make sure it's set to Android. You're going to just hit switch platform. It will say, mine says build and run, but for right now, you're going to say switch platform. And you're going to get an error about you're going to get an error about sample scene. Just ignore sample scene and jump into live scene, and that will be the actual game we were working on. Let me know in the classroom chat when you're there and you've imported the package. Remember, you just drag and drop it into assets. If you have any issues, let me know what issues you got. Little peanut, you're the one. You make class time lots of fun. Beanie, neenie, beanie, neenie. Oh, you stink. Just stinky. You stinky puppy breath.
Rude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro doesn't sniff your ass and go, ew.
I
Yeah,
mean,
ooh.
look, to be fair, okay, we had an apartment cat that comes in and out whenever it's like frozen outside. I let the cat in, and I have like a little litter box for him, and he went and dropped a huge fucking deuce. And I was just like, oh, goddamn, I got to clean that up. And then I go to the bathroom, and when I came out, it's gone. And guess who's licking their lips?
Oh, yum.
This
Oh,
one,
great.
this
Bro
one,
didn't even want to share.
this one right here.
Grabbing cleanup.
And she's
That's
never
so
done
bad.
that. She's never done that. I'm like, what are you doing getting into the snack box for? That was
You
mine.
little kiss. Yeah, that was mine, you son of a bitch.
That was mine. God.
Spit it out.
Yeah,
I was
spit it. Yeah. And it better be whole, too. I ain't putting it back together.
That was my truffle. What the hell are you doing?
You little truffle pig.
That just has to be a dog thing, because
It is.
yeah, I had a dog that I had to make sure that the litter box was in a separate room because he'd do the exact same thing.
All right, do you guys have that project pulled up? Yeah, dogs are
Mine's taking
gross.
Mine's still
Okay.
building.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
building it? That's fine. That's fine. Just fine. Just make sure everybody's doing it. Make sure nobody's got any problems.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now my dog Biscuit does it. And so like the difference between when Peanut did it because she hates the cat. And she's like, you're not allowed to mark your territory in my house. I'm gonna get rid of all the evidence. And so that's why Peanut did it. She did it out of anger. And Biscuit, however, is just like, oh, no, this looks like somebody's truffle that just left here. This is a little truffle. Little truffle shuffle. All right, who's streaming? Something break? Larry, something break?
I'm stuck. I don't
Okay,
know what to do.
pull it
how do I
up.
import it?
So to import it, you literally just drag and drop it into assets. And so it looks like your sample scene. It doesn't look like it imported there for you, Larry. So just take the actual project file and just click and drag that into assets.
Oh, okay.
And then you should get an import screen. Yeah, technically that works. Yep, and then all, make sure those are all checkboxed. Scroll all the way down and hit import. Perfect. Hit import. It's going to load. It's going to yell at you. And then after it yells at you, you hit reload. It's going to yell at you one more time. And then you just open up the live scene and ignore the error. Yep, see, there's the error. And if you look in your scenes, you got 2 scenes. Well, technically 3, but just open up live scene. So we need now we need to go to File and Build.
It asked me to
Build Profiles. Go down. And then we need to switch it from Windows to Android. Switch platform. Down at the bottom right. Let that do its thing. Make sure you switch those platforms before you guys import the project. For heads up for everybody. And if you already did the opposite, that's fine. You switch it after. You just might freak out when you load and it looks all different.
We're just using a universal 2D, aren't we?
So yeah, everything is universal. The project type was, let me double check. Yeah, universal 2D. That is the only core one now. Yep, universal 2D.
Okay, I forgot how to switch mine from landscape to regular mode.
You got to first switch your profile to Android. You did?
It's on Android, but yeah, it came up as, since my project I started doing in landscape mode, like I created a new one and it automatically put this one in landscape mode.
Okay. When you load the
Yeah.
project, it should just automatically change it. But if it doesn't, go to the game tab, and then in the game tab, change it to portrait, etc., etc., etc. Would you just click? Let's see. Is it still loading for you, Larry, or did you click something? No, you don't. You don't have to click anything else. Oh, you did build and run. Okay, don't click anything else. Don't click anything else. All you need to do is hit switch. You can turn that part off. All right, now in your game tab, I'm also going to put this up on the screen. So in the game tab, your settings should look like mine. You should have 16 by 19 portrait. Some of you, it looks like it might jump to something else. So you need to have 16 by 19 portrait under your, so it'll say game, display, and then your free aspect.
Mine was on simulator, that's why.
Yeah, no worries.
I was like, oh crap.
Well, I tried dragging and dropping the test exports in assets and fantasy clicker, and it didn't pop up anything.
Yeah, same here. It looked like it was loading though, but it just after it was done loading, just like you said, nothing.
No confirmation at all of anything.
You'll have to share your screens. I don't know how to debug that one without you guys sharing it up. It's the next button over, Larry. You're gonna make that game window a little bit bigger. There you go, and then 16 by 19 portrait. Down, right there. 16 by 19 portrait up. Right there. Cool. Now everything looks exactly the same. You don't have to click anything else. No, click it. You can hit play and play the game if you want, but you don't have to click anything else yet. Let's get everybody on the same page. Let me check Garrett.
All right. But I can do file save, right?
Yep, you can go ahead and save it. All right, full screen your stuff there, Garrett. Okay. Go ahead and drag and drop it into so.
Did you want us to drag and drop it into Unity itself and not the file folder?
Correct. It's a Unity package, so we're gonna.
That's what the issue was then.
Yeah. So if you've got it downloaded, go to your download folders. Gotcha. Don't do it like that. Download the actual file. Click the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, click the download button right there, so you get an actual file.
And you said ignore the error.
If it tells you to reload. Yep. Go ahead and open. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Go to the file in your file explorer. So go to your downloads, and then drag from your downloads into the assets folder. There you go. Click and drag. Up, top, very top. Click and drag that into assets.
Stick.
So you need to make sure it's into the assets area. Nope, that's packages, but cancel out of that. Here, let's do something else. Go ahead and full screen, Garrett, because your project folder, your project folder is bunky anyway. So go ahead and full screen real quick. We don't want to work in this mode. So go ahead on your project tab. Over to the far right is the 3-dot menu. Click that 3-dot menu. Do you have the layout that we have for class saved anywhere? Like, do you have that layout?
I'm not sure. I thought I saved it, but I'm not entirely sure.
No worries. Go ahead and hit one column layout. Okay. Now take the project tab and drag it over underneath the hierarchy. There you go, right there. Perfect. And then you can just stretch it around a little bit. There we go. Give it a little bit more room so we make sure that the assets folder is what's open and chilling. Now you're going to take that folder from downloads and you're going to drag it into the assets folder. So you're just going to drag it from download and let it go on top of that assets folder. As long as you let go of the drag and drop onto that assets folder, you should be all right. Yep, click and drag onto just like that. You see how, yep, perfect. Now you can close the thing there and then hit import. I'm hearing a bunch of Discord messages, so let's see. Give me a second.
But yes, the classic Dynasty Warriors.
Good shit.
Okay.
One on the
so-
fucking PS2, right?
Yep. Modded PS2.
Nice. Reload.
All right, I'm gonna put these steps again on the thing.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Yep.
so then it's drag and drop the import file into assets on Unity, the program open. Accept the entire list of imports. Hit reload when requested. File. Build profiles. Select Android. Switch platform. Who am I watching right now?
I think I'm where we're
Am
ready
I
to
watching
get to next step.
myself? I don't know who I'm watching. Who am I watching? Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay.
Am I sharing?
Hold on one second. Okay. So Garrett, looking at you again real quick. You're at 16:9 portrait. That looks good. Go ahead and clear your console. Those errors can be ignored.
Good.
Oh.
Okay.
Viewing.
And then just your scale for your game tab, just make it scaled to 1 so you can see everything. Scroll it down. There you go. That is the correct view. That's what everything should look like. So yours is good to go. All right, now I'm moving on to Mitch. All right, let's see, Mitch. Yep, so if you've switched, you don't have to do anything else. Go ahead and get out of that build profile. And then in your assets under scenes, you want to go to the live scene. Okay, you should be set. Let's see, your thing's at 16:9 portrait. That's perfect. What I would do instead of stretching your window out like that, I would take the game tab and I would drag it and just put it next to the scene. To the right of the scene, just like that. Over. Nope. Nope. Drag it to be next to the scene so it's its own long column next to the scene itself.
Okay, I'll follow around.
Yeah. You can mess with that. Okay. Who said something? Sorry, I'm moving on over here to Xander. So, Xander, yours looks set up right. The only thing you need to do is change there's the game where it says free aspect. Change free aspect to 16:9. Portrait. Bam. So that is good. All set. Moving over to Trevor. All right, Trevor, where are we at? Okay, so you've got a couple of scenes there. Looks like you created a scene called test export, or click on live scene. Double click on live scene. Did you make your own thing?
I just imported it, is all I did.
Okay, you imported it to an active project that you were working on?
Yes, technically. I don't have Git set up on this laptop yet.
Gotcha. So I didn't use Git. It's just, we're just going to make a new project so that none of your existing project stuff will technically break. So just to double check, so import fantasy, you created that brand new, right? Or is this an old?
I did create it brand new.
Okay, so you created it brand new. Okay, go back to Unity for me. Okay, so actually pull up the Unity hub. I think your version of Unity, so your editor version is different. Do you have, click on that, click on the editor version, down, like click on the actual, we're going to change it, click it. So, okay, close the project, close the actual Unity project, like the whole Unity project, just turn that off. Cool, now open the Unity hub back up, and then it looks like you only have that one version. So it looks like you ran an update, or you have it set to auto update. So it went beyond the version that we're using, which is 3.1 F1, and you got 3.5. Technically, you'll probably be fine because we're not using any Unity specific stuff. However, when you do an import, the dependencies for the packages that we have installed may not function correctly. So you might have a problem there. We'll see if we can get away with it. If not, go ahead and hit that install editor because we need to install the version that we have. Okay, we're not going to be able to do it through this, so we'll do that later. Go ahead and just try reopening Unity, and we're just going to re-import. Okay, so we got scenes, scripts. Go ahead and open up your script folder. I just want to see what that looks like. Okay, so that does have everything. Go to File and Build Profiles under File. Build Profiles. Switch it from Windows to Android. Go to Android. You're currently at Windows. Click on Android on the left, and then hit Switch Platform. Bottom right.
Is there anything wrong with build and running?
There's
the
nothing really
Android?
wrong with it. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to do anything.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
it'll build it and store the build file somewhere. But to run it requires that you have your Android connected to your computer, which is our next step. Just got to get everybody
Gotcha.
caught up.
Yeah, the second title for this game will be the finger breaker.
That's right.
It didn't take long for this to get ridiculous. I can't spend my goals fast enough. Let's see here, trying to do like the multi
This
like
is
the
why you set up a macro and call it good.
Yeah,
there you
right.
go.
You get one of those birds that you put the water in that just do this. Put it underneath.
Yeah.
All right, and then go ahead and turn off your build profiles. You're switched. Okay, and then double click on live scene. I don't like how live scene doesn't look. Oh, actually, it's just because you don't have a game window. Click on game tab. Yeah, give it a minute. It's freaking out.
I just realized I got the
There you
perfect
go.
way to go ahead and.
All right, change it from free aspect to 16:9 portrait. 16:9. Perfect. All right, cool. Things did not explode. You have some stuff you'll probably want to change your setup, but we'll go over that a different day. All right, so what everybody needs to do now with your Android device that you are going to utilize for this, and I will also write it on the notepad, but first I need to find my own. Where do be my phone?
The dogs took it.
It's on the floor where the dogs were.
Yeah.
All right, so it depends on your device, but what you got to do is go to your settings. Let me see if I can find. So you open up like your settings menu for your phone here. Let me switch over to just camera. See myself. Okay, cool. So you want to go to your settings, and then once you're in settings, you're looking for. It should be. I think it's. Let's see. Information. See. I don't see the setting because mine's already set. So hold on, I gotta look it up.
Is it in USB settings? Because when I
You need to
plug
turn on USB debugging, is what we're gonna do. But hold on, but we also need to turn on developer mode, developer options. Turn on developer mode, Android. So settings, you look for your about phone and tap the build number. Where's our about? Here's our about phone. See, because for me, I don't have the build number anymore. Let's see.
So found about phone.
Yeah. So under about phone.
And software information.
Yeah, software info maybe.
It's so funny because
Oh, got it. That's a
different
long
Android
number.
versions.
Yeah, and then just literally tap it 7 times, and then it'll ask you if you want to activate developer mode, and you say yes. Let me know when you've done that. And then.
My goodness, it says I'm now a developer. Oh my goodness.
Look
I'm
at
so
you.
excited.
I know, right? So
It's on.
You have developer options on. Is that
that's developer
the same
options.
thing?
So now, yep. So go into your
USB
developer
debugging is on.
options. Yep. So you go into your
Cool.
developer options, make sure that is toggled on, and then under developer
Yes.
options is USB debugging. Turn that on. Get under
Okay,
here to
develop
get
mode
my.
on. What's
Here we go.
next?
All right. Once developer mode is on, go back to your settings. You're looking for developer options. Should be now at the bottom.
Okay.
Gotta get a cord.
And then
Or
under your developer options, make sure that's toggled on, and then look for USB debugging. Turn that on.
Okay.
All right. Once you guys have all that, let me know when you have that. Is there anybody still setting that up?
I have no idea how to get to the developer options.
Okay. So to get to developer options, did you get developer mode turned on?
Not even close.
Okay. So in your settings, sorry, piece of popcorn or something. One minute.
oh no, it's dying.
Show us this before you die. What's it?
yeah.
Oh God.
Don't leave us on the
The
no.
last step.
I died right before help.
Quick,
So how to
peanut
turn
bite
on
'em.
developer mode? You just
Yeah, so settings. Once you're at your settings, you're going to scroll all the way down. You're looking for About Phone. You're just going to click on About Phone.
I got your phone number.
Yep. Let me know when you've reached About Phone.
Put it on.
Been
Craigslist.
sitting on that. Yep.
Okay, and then under About Phone, you should see a software information.
Yep.
You should see build number. Click that over and over and over until it asks you to be a developer.
Man, I do not remember doing that.
It asked me for my PIN.
You might have to confirm to be a developer to get
Mine did
by a
too.
pin.
All right. Well, I got the thingy saying that I have developer mode.
Perfect. Now go back to your settings. So you just press back twice. And then you should go to developer options, make sure that's turned on, and scroll all the way down. You're looking for USB debugging. Turn that on. Okay. Anybody else not done? Cool. So you're going to need a USB, and you're going to need to connect it to your computer and your phone and plug it in. And as soon as you plug it in, your phone is going to ask you to allow USB debugging for that computer. And you need to say always allow and confirm.
Okay, mine jumped into USB settings, so I just do tethering.
Not tethering. There should be another option like
I mean, there's like one says controlled by the device, or just this device, or for the USB transfer files, MIDI images.
let's confirm that
Tethering.
you've confirmed you have the developer options turned on.
Yeah, I may have to unplug this and re-plug it back in though. That
Oh,
could be what the issue
okay.
is.
So you did it while it was plugged in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just replug it.
So we'll see. See what it does.
Yep.
Stupid computer. Charge.
So the allow is on the phone, right?
Yep.
Okay, I did, and then now it's nothing else happened.
That's fine.
Good
That's
so
all.
far, right?
That's all we need to get to.
Yeah, it's still giving me the same options.
Okay.
My Unity now says unauthorized device detected, which I assume is the next part, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what mine's showing.
If you see that, then that's okay. Then you're good.
Okay, all right, that works.
If you see that, then you should be all
That's
right.
what I was like, shit. What did I do?
Mm-hmm. We'll need to do that. Okay. Is anybody else stuck? Has everybody got their thing connected to their computer? Anybody not connected to their computer? Moving on. All right. We're going to go to File, Build Profiles again, and then making sure that we're on Android. We're going to go ahead and hit Build and Run. And it's going to ask you where to store the file. So to store it, we are not going to store it inside the project. It's going to default that. So if you see this PC, D drive, games I made, fantasy import, go outside that, put it in its own folder. Give it a new thing.
All right, start over, please. File, build profiles.
Yep, build profiles, build and run. And then it's going to ask you where you want to put the build. And you're going to put the build anywhere other than the fantasy import folder. You don't want to put it in the same folder as the project. So you might need to select a new space for it. So you can click on like your desktop on the browse. Like if you're looking at, I don't know if you're able to see my stuff at the same time. but I'm just going to choose desktop. I'm going to right click. I'm going to create a new folder. Just call it build test. And I'm going to put it inside build test. And we have to give it a file name. Fantasy build test. I'm just going to hit save. Oh, I don't even have my thing viewing.
It says build completed with a result of failed on 37 seconds.
Yeah, let's see what we got. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, so that is due to our scene list. So we need to go in here into the scene list, hit open scene list. We want to remove the sample scene and add the live scene, and that will fix that. So if you're on,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
yeah, that's why. It's because it was trying to run the sample scene on that first run. Let me try that again.
So we just cancel the compiling if it's doing the sample scene.
Yeah, if it's doing the sample scene, go ahead and hit cancel, or let it play through, or whatever. Yeah, see, it's gonna give you the same error. That's fine.
All right. So after we got the USB debugging, now what?
Now that you have USB debugging, plug it into your computer. Plug your USB from phone to your computer. And Larry, that missing CMake.
Right, job is done. Now
Give me a
next
minute.
step.
All right. So with that, you're just going to go over to Unity. You're going to click on File, go to Build Profiles.
Wait a minute, it's still doing something after I clicked here. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to. There's going to be. You're going to have some issues, Larry. Give me just a second.
Yeah, mine failed too.
Yep. You just gotta open up that Build Profiles. Click on Android again, and it'll say Scene List. So open Scene List now over there to the right. Garrett, I'm looking at yours. Open Scene List right there. And then uncheck Sample Scene. And then hit Add Open Scenes. Now go back to clicking on Android. Make sure you see that it says Live Scene is what it's running, and then hit Build and Run again. All right, let me look over at Larry. Hit OK. All right, and then, okay, you have live scene. That's good. This error here about playback engines, Android player SDK missing. Of internal, navigate, MCA. Try running it again and see if it just hit build and run, see if it'll work. And then save. Okay, so it's okay, so it won't let you do anything. Okay, that's gonna take me a minute, Larry. I don't know that one.
Is it because I took it out of the game area? Because you said
No.
save it someplace else, right?
No, that's just going to be. It's saying the SDK system required to run Android stuff on your computer doesn't exist. So we're going to have to manually figure that out. You have to give me a minute to make sure I get through the stuff that I can solve first.
Okay.
All right. No Android devices detected for you, Xander. Do you have your phone plugged in?
Yeah, everything I'm up to date on everything, but it won't.
No
It
problem.
asks me on my phone, and I did allow or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and now it says I can only use it for charging, and that is it. It won't let me switch it to tethering or anything like that. It just
Okay.
automatically redirect.
So, well, mine's in the middle of something, so I don't want to turn it off. See, Technics data is enabled. It
Oh, if
requires.
you have your screen off, sometimes it doesn't allow that to happen, especially if it's locked.
Oh yeah, no,
So-
I got mine open. Yeah,
Okay.
but that
Is it
thing.
the proper cord that you're using?
Yeah, I've got a whatever the hell it's called. The
Yeah, let mine finish, and then once mine finishes,
fancy.
I'll mess around and see if I can't figure that out. And then let me look at your error again. Missing CMake 3.221. See if I can figure that out. Missing CMake Unity. Considering an Android build process indicates that the required version of CMake is not installed or not properly located in your Android SDK directory. It can also be resolved by installing it via Android SDK Manager. Resolve, reinstall via Unity Hub. Yes, straightforward. Install the current Unity editor version of the Unity Hub. Relaunch Unity Hub. Reinstall the editor version. Make sure you support module. Okay. Larry, let's go over to your Unity Hub. At first, close the program. Close the whole program. And then go to Unity Hub.
I did unplug my phone, so.
That's fine. Go to Unity Hub. All right. And then go to your installs on the left. And then under the version that we're using, the 3.1, click Manage. And then Add Module. Okay. So the open, let's see, updated, installed. What the fuck? I mean, it literally says open JDKs right there. Scroll down. Let's see if we can find anything that says, okay, stop. Ooh, we got some wonkiness there. Did anybody get the game to load up on their phone yet?
Not yet. It's taking like 5 minutes and still counting.
Yeah, and there's immediate bugs. That's okay. You guys are gonna figure it out. Okay, so Android SDK and tools. Why isn't that? Okay, right click it. The Android SDK and NDK tools. Scroll up. Right click Android build support. Nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Fucking hell. I really don't want to have to do what it's suggesting that I do. So let me see if we can find another way around it. Okay.
Well, I was trying to figure out that it talked about this that install something.
One second.
CMake.
Yeah, so CMake comes with the SDK management system when you install the editor, so you shouldn't even have this problem. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some weird shit. Go ahead and hit the on your search under your Windows toolbar. Click on your Windows toolbar search. Nope. The search, so it's like it literally says search right there. Right there, and then CMD. And then right click that, not left, right click it and run it as administrator. Nope. Yep, up right there. And then run as administrator. And then I sent over a command. I want you to copy and paste the exact line I just sent over in Discord into that terminal. And then there you go. And then just hit enter. See, it's not recognized as internal, external command. Okay, so instead, go to the same search bar. Type in PowerShell. Right click that, run as administrator. Hit enter. Okay. Full screen that? I can't see it. Okay.
That recognizes the
Yeah,
name.
yeah. Hit the up key, up arrow key, and then go over and remove the dot.
Oh shit. Working.
And then hit enter. Okay, let's see.
Yes, peasants, give me my money.
Okay, give me just a second. We just got to find the right command system for it. Windows. Okay. Key manager. Try this instead. Yep, copy that one.
I don't see a new one. Is this still the
That's
same
it's a
one?
different one. That's different.
Are we doing it in DOS or are we doing it
PowerShell.
via shell?
Shell. Hit enter. Come on, son of a bitch.
Triple dog dare you to put it on DOS.
Yeah. You try on DOS, but probably do the same thing. All right, check the day. God damn it.
Well, DOS don't I need dot?
So let me see. See directory. Oh God, Lord. Let's see. Execute. Mac from the directories. Slide. I am not 100% sure. All right, give me just a few more moments. Who else is stuck? Trevor, did you get it figured out?
I did, but my webcam doesn't want to work.
The webcam doesn't want to work? Oh, you're trying to show it. Okay. No, that's fine. If you got the game on there, then that's good. Emmett, yours is still loading. Xander, you're still stuck.
No, I got the game going now
Okay.
on the phone. Damn thing.
Okay, Mitch, are you still stuck? Or you got it? Oh, it's still building right now. Okay, it's just about to finish. Okay. Okay. So instead of hitting retry, just hit OK. And then go ahead and hit the Windows key on your computer. Yeah, and then actually, perfect. You've got the little folder icon. Click on the little folder icon on your toolbar. Down instead of the Windows key. Down, down. Yeah, click that. And then go to this PC. All right, so is the Z drive, is that your phone?
No, that's just a separate hard drive.
Is your phone plugged in right now?
Yeah. So
I keep
also
hearing
think that, yeah, my connector part of my phone, I think maybe also kind of
I think
it's
that's
been
it.
dying for a little while. So
Yeah, that
that
might
may
be
be
it.
it.
Yeah. Okay, so another way we can do it is go ahead and go to Unity and go to the build
The hub.
profiles. Nope, you knew where you're at. Go to build profiles and do just build, not build and run. Wait. Open. Wait. Cancel. Cancel. Hit the open scene list.
Okay.
All right, and then uncheck the sample scene. Hit add, and then hit add open scenes. Okay, and then now click on Android. Just hit build, not build and run. And then pick a location for it. Okay, so it's going to build it, and when it's done, it's going to put that APK file on your computer, and you just need to send that to yourself somehow and open it up on your phone.
Like smart. Okay.
My phone auto did it for some reason, but
Yeah, it's supposed to do it automatically. He's just having struggles.
gotcha.
I'm struggling.
He's
man.
struggling. Okay. Who's
Just bite your cord; it'll work better.
yeah. Who's next on
I
my
tried that. My toes tingled.
list?
That means it's working.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you've got it working, turn off your stream. If you don't have it working, leave your stream on. Okay, so Garrett, yours is just loading forever still.
Yep. Infinite load.
Infinite load. All right, let it do its thing. Doesn't look like it's broken. It's just doing its thing. Okay, so back to Larry. Okay, let's see.
Could it be that I need to start over the project, a new project, and do the switches to Andro first before I import the project in?
So, wait, you said adding the. Oh, no. So, whenever you initially downloaded Unity for that installer and then added the module for Android, should have already installed this. Since it didn't, the solution that I'm getting online is to reinstall the editor or manually install it. So I'm trying to manually install it. See if we can figure it out. Let's see. Don't trust what that
Make me
is.
richer peasants, yes.
God, I really don't want to have to do this because it's just going to suck. All right, let's see. Android Studio. No. Let's do SDK. Give me the SDK, scrub. SDK managers. All right, let's try this. Open up Visual Studio.
Oh, is that from the?
So you can just open up the Visual Studio like you're opening any program. So you don't have to even go into the Unity Hub or anything like that.
So how do I get that?
So on your search bar, just type in Visual Studio. There you go. Is that press the backspace once?
All right. I think we are good.
Just there you go, and then click Visual Studio 2022. Just open it. Just open. Left click it once. There we go. Oh boy, is it going? There it goes. Okay. All right, and then open Unity course, or actually just say, yeah, just open Unity course. It doesn't even matter which one. Just open that first project at the top. All we're trying to get access to is its terminal. Okay, and then on the top, go to View, and then Terminal. Down, down. Terminal, perfect. Now in that terminal, you're going to put that first line, which is just, I resent it, down. There you go. Copy, and put that into the terminal. Hit enter. Son of a bitch. All right, let's see if we can figure out another, because that should have bypassed a bunch of crap. Okay, so bash, let's try directly. Okay, try this one that I just sent. Okay, go over there to GitHub Copilot on the top right. Let's see if you have any access to. Oh, you got a Copilot chat right there. Perfect. Go down where it says ask, change asks to agent. Change ask to agent. Okay. 3.22.1 when running by Unity build. Says I don't have it, but I have it installed. Can you manually find and run the command to install properly my CMake version? Copy and paste that paragraph into that AI chatbot, because it's going to go through and find your directories. It's going to go through and find all of the pathing that I can't find, and then hit enter. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Garrett, you said you got it? Or did Mitch say
Yep,
it?
yep.
Okay,
It
cool.
works on the phone too.
Perfect. Go ahead and turn off your stream for me, please.
I need a button I can kill peasants.
I have no need of you anymore.
I got too much money. Die.
Yeah, let that do its thing. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it's waiting for permission. Hit confirm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's gonna see that error though. Give it a minute.
God, I should
Hit
just send
confirm.
this to a friend
Each time
and
it
be like,
says
hey,
something,
check
make sure
this
you
out.
confirm it.
Yeah.
Okay,
can
hitting
you test
confirm.
something
Yep.
real
Every time
quick?
it says
Wait
something,
for
just
it.
hit confirm.
But it's just waiting for wait for me to confirm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Don't worry about anything. As long as it's got those 3 dots moving, it's thinking, it's looking through your computer, it's trying to find crap. I'm actually going to stop recording at this point. Everyone's getting on their phones. We're going to talk about the rest later.